Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to our part 2 BSM model importing live stream. Tonight, I will be going over how to import weapons into the game. And if I have enough time, I may go ahead and do the main damage model as well. So this we need to go to where we have our weapons. Load these up. I just want the 16 inches. Okay. And I'm also going to load up. But first, create a new object. And then copy. So we're going to start off with turret A. Okay, I was backwards there. Get our turret, copy, and paste. Also, I noticed last stream my cursor was hitting. I apologize for that. But if you press Y to rotate, this is what your cursor will look like. You press T to move, and then when you hit resize. So one thing you want to do is make certain that your turret is centered along the axis. It looks about halfway. Line it up. Okay. I'm going to get some of my other ones to assist me with this. Baltimore has the bags. Okay. So we need multiple layers here. So this first layer is going to be your turret base. Then we have the bells. And you have, for these subsequent layers, can I please spell it? You'll need how many ever bells you actually have. So if you have 3 bells, be bell A through C. For us, for Nagato, it's just 2. So we'll just have to worry about bell A, bell B. We've got the dead layer. And then we have the hitbox. Okay. So what you want to do is take this, and you want to split it up. So we need the bells to go It takes the bags on too, so just copy, delete this. And then place it here. That's what I thought. So now we need to get the battles themselves. Do take note to make sure that you get every polygon that you need. This is going to be a little. Want to get any of this. Unless I did miss a little bit. I should do have a little bit at the bottom left. And this is going to be interesting. One moment. How am I missing the entire back of this? Who are you firing at? Hmm. It's going to be one of those very difficult ones to get at. What I'm going to do is make this. Seriously, what are they hiding there? Hmm. Okay, well, in lieu of that, okay, yeah, so right there are the bells. Wait a moment. Seriously? So they didn't do a back for this one. That's interesting. Alrighty, so what that means is we're gonna have to get creative. What piece am I actually missing that I do need? It's this piece. Alright, so what I'm going to do, is make sure that this is lined up. I was not expecting this tonight. That's lined up. That's lined up. Okay, so everything's lined up. Okay. What I want to do easiest thing will be just to take this off. Yeah, they didn't put a bell back on this one. Bell in on this one. How interesting. Okay, so what am I actually missing? Okay, well, I'll just take these then. I will just do this. Okay, there we go. And since this doesn't have an into it, I'm just going to copy this one. I'm going to, oh, actually, yeah. Copy, paste. Over like this. Before I do that, because I know what's about to happen if I don't do this. I think I just messed up there. Just dog it. Okay. Alright, well, you copy, paste. This wasn't on the plan tonight, was it? Okay. Know what I want to do. I'm just trying to figure out in my head how I'm actually going to go about doing it so I don't mess up like I just did. Okay. So we already have bell A. So now I just need alright. So there's my bell A. I need to do U. Copy. Actually, don't copy that. We'll scoot you over a little bit. Now copy, paste. No, no. Okay. This is what I want to do. Both my layers selected. Overlay. Are we completely overlaid? Okay. Are we completely overlaid down here? Yes. Okay. So now that I've got that layer in there, delete you two, don't need you. You're in. You're my new bell B. Alright. We have all our polygons. Good. I can get rid of you. Alright, that took longer than expected. Now we have our bell bags and our bells A and B divided up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yes. Okay, so for the bags, and this is going to be a little bit difficult considering how these bags are all done, because the bells also have to be. So take your bell bags, and we want to make certain that the ends of them are pressed right up against the y-axis. And also make certain that they're about halfway down on the x-axis. I want to say that's about right. Down just a little bit more. That looks about right. Maybe one more. Yeah, that looks about right. And we need to do that for both our bells as well. Well, they also, yes. And that looks like we are halfway. Alright, let's good to go for that. So I think that's everything that's left to do. So we do have a little bit more to do on that, but that's it. Alright, so the hitbox. What you want to do is copy the turret base. And to select it, go to, there's my, so construct, reduce polys plus. Actually, we can do a little bit more than that. Uh, 2 maybe? Yeah, that'd be fine. like this. Alright, now what was my stuff? I may have that run for that one. Give me a moment. Let's make go. What did I make my Akatsuki? Okay, so yeah, all that's correct. Okay. I thought I had one different than the other one. So I had to just go to I edit all, change this to at body armor index equals 0. And I'm going to change this to a blue color. That'll do. So there's our hitbox. And I'm actually not quite liking point 2, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a little bit better. Okay, that's better. Okay, so it's not armor index, it's at body index. So disregard what this said, it is at body index equals 0, not the armor. And there's our hitbox. I like that one a lot better. Okay, now the dead. So what we have to do is we need the bells for this as well. Make sure everything is fully overlaid. So what I like to do for my damage models, as you can see here, so vanilla damage models kind of are a bit sparingly with the destroy texture, and I do plan on eventually going that route. But for now, so basically this is just what the tank looks like after it gets destroyed. And you can do whatever you want to here. And so what I'm going to do is just do a little bit, delete all this. Where is my roof? I'm going to take my back in here. Yeah, looks good. Oh, we're stretching out here. That's not what I want to do. I make it like I say, you can do whatever you want to do with this. I'll do a different one after stream. And this one, like this. Okay, that'll do for now. Then we'll do the so to select it, Give it whatever name you want. So I have the right one here. You want to give it the ship.msxd. I'm going to name you this that ship.msxd. Then you want to go and you want to get your do the smoothing 75. I prefer making this double-sided just so it shows up better in game. You will need to destroy textures for this. I'm gonna make certain spherical. This is just. I have noticed that for I did spherical, front, spherical, spherical. Okay. That the destroyed textures typically works better for smaller turrets than they do bigger turrets, which I find interesting. So let's do spherical, and you have to find your destroyed textures. Let's apply them. You go ahead and do the same thing for speck and bump. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, like I said, I'll do a different one after stream. This is the purpose of showing you how it's done. Now we do have one more thing to do for our turret. So we'll need this fire slot. The hashtag fire space number hashtag. We'll copy this. This. So this is basically where it tells the game to where to put the muzzle flash and where the bullet where it spawn at. Interestingly enough, okay, so you want to do this for every barrel you have, and this goes for any guns, AA guns, torpedo launchers. But interestingly enough, about torpedo launchers, you want to do this kind of order from left, right to left, or left to right. Yeah, from right to left, you want to do this. Basically enough, in vanilla BSM, if you notice that some of the torpedo launchers don't actually use all their ports, the tubes. Like the American quintuple only uses like I think 3, which I find very interesting. And that's something that I do want to try to change and overhaul. Just make certain that we are lined up. Copy, paste this. Give it the 2. Just do the same thing again. All there. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. And then that should, I think, be it. Yep. That's all you have to do for the turrets in Modelware. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close all this. Save object. Alright, now we need to go to Lightwave. And I'm going to load up another instance. I want I got enough for this. I'm going to hide the hitbox and be destroyed. Okay. Okay, so what you want to do is make your bells layer parented to your main base. And make your bells, bell A, bell B, parent to the bells. Yep. Yep. Now we have a couple things left to do. So what you want to do, so you need to put these back to where they were originally. So you need to select your bell layer and you click this if you want the perspective change. I really hate how sensitive this is. Alright, so that is actually flush with that. Don't know if I'm going to get it that way. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, honestly. So that actually goes back farther. Yeah, that looks good. And just double tap enter. And do it for these as well. But then what we want to do is select everything. And we're going to need to do front and blanks. And it is important that you do this because you can suffer frame rate issues in game. Now we just need the comments. I need to get the comments for this. So your main turret layer, you use base. And damage 1. For your bells layer, all you need to do is bell. For each of your other bells, you use bell front 1, bell front, and then whatever number it is. So for this bell front, 1 will be for bell A, and bell B will be 2. The destroyed gets the damage 2 comment, and then this comment right here. This is basically like a Lord comment. And I don't believe Hitbox gets anything. No, okay. And that's it. Go ahead and export this, run model viewer. And there it is. I know what I forgot to do. Placing as. A. And we'll re-export this because I don't need it. Alright, and that's basically just how you do weapons. AA weapons are slightly different, and I'm about to show this right now. So for AA weapons, you don't have to do the bells layer. All you have to do is just a single bell, and that's it. You don't have to worry about splitting them up or anything. Just take them off the base, put them into a bell layer, and that's it. And that's basically how you do AA guns. And then for how to do them in Lightwave itself, So you still have to parent it to the base. And then for comments, the bell just gets bell. And that's all it is. That's basically all you have to do for a. Right, so with one gun now done, so close this object. So now I want to do turret B. As I said, I will do timestamps in this video. So if you don't want to see this all over again, you can skip. One thing to note, and this is what I've been told, and I haven't actually tried to experiment with to see if it's possible. But from what I've been told, is it's not possible to actually have workable turret mounted AA, unfortunately. So this is going to have to. You can keep stuff like this in if you want to have that a little extra detail. But me personally, I like to have all my guns working. So I'm actually going to take this off if I can. If I can't, I'm just going to copy turret A, get this range finder, and copy it to it. But what I'm going to do is while I'll do this, I'm going to put on some background music and you can watch the process again. Hopefully this time I won't have the issues I had last time. But I will catch you on the flip side. Okay, so that gets both of our main guns in. So these, I'm still debating whether I want to use these or the vanilla ones. I'm gonna try out the vanilla ones first to see. So I will get back to you on that. These I'm not going to worry with because I'm fairly certain there is a vanilla version of these already in the game. So I'll use these. And I'm not even going to worry about this A because I prefer the vanilla. So what we need to do now is bring back our Gato. And I will show you how to do a director. Because I probably will do two directors for the... Ooh, yeah, okay. Get rid of the blanks. I will probably do directors for the secondary guns. That's better. I mean, doing directors is really quick, easy, and simple. Pretty much all you'll need is the base, hitbox, and destroyed. And you also want to make sure it's centered as well. I'm not going to focus too much on this. So the base is pretty much just that. The hitbox, just like with turrets, just reduce polys. That looks atrocious. Actually, I don't even think you really need to worry about reducing polish because it's so small. 8 will work. Zero. And then the destroyed is handled the exact same way as the other destroyed stuff. So I'm really not going to focus too much on this. That'll do good. So the only thing directors need is the base, damage 1, damage 2, and then that one log comment. I'm actually not save that one for that one. And that I did for Akazu. Okay. Delete the base and damage 1, and then damage 2 and that log. And that's all you have to do for directors. Oh, that's good. Once we're going to close this out, we're done with this. Okay, and for slots where you want directors, just delete them off the ship, off the main layer. So now we need to do weapon slots. Oh, and I also went back and I tidied up the lot a little bit, added the real superstructure, and I also tidied up the hitbox a little bit by adding stuff I actually deleted. In my Baltimore. Okay. So all of these slots, as I mentioned last stream, are your weapons. Typically, slots 1 through 6 are typically your main weapons. Slots 10 up to 19 and 20 and so on, typically for secondary and AA guns. And slot 50s are generally reserved for stuff like depth charges and directors. Since there are no catapult functions in BSM, sadly, 50s is really generally reserved for depth charges and directors. But what I'm going to do, so I typically do, so slots 1 through 6, I typically keep reserved as for main guns. 10 up through 19 for secondaries. 20 and above, I generally keep for like flak and air guns. Where's my slot 1? Alright. So what you want to do, and there will be some adjustments later, but you typically want to make sure that it's just above that line there. You don't want it to appear that it's sinking into or floating above its point. And a good reference to start off with for the spawn point is where you have these barbettes, there's the circle in the middle. Try to get that spawn point about like that. I mean, you can always adjust it as need be later. And copy, paste that, change you to slot 2. I don't remember. I believe that there is a slot limit. I don't remember exactly what that limit is. Now, the good thing about BSM compared to BSP is BSM does not have the VC entry limitation that Pacific has. So Pacific, so that's basically due to how the two games load. So Pacific has that 3D unit library. And so what it has to do is it has to compile everything for that. Midway doesn't have a 3D unit library, so it only loads units and stuff on a mission by mission basis. And so with Pacific, that pretty much means that oh, my slot 2. Right, one moment. Okay, that's odd. Oh, that's one. Okay, there you are. Okay. Now we're back on track. But yeah, so for Pacific, we're having to use that 30 unit library. There comes a point to where I believe it's past like 180,000. But generally around that area, the game starts to become unstable, and it can lead to crashing. See, like I said, with BSM not having that 3D unit library, all it has is videos for its unit library. It doesn't have that limitation. So you can have a heck of a lot more units and stuff in BSM than you can in PSP. Because as far as I know of, and I've been told this by multiple people, that BSM doesn't really have a limit of how many units can be in the VC list. So that's useful for something like Overhaul. Alright, so our main gun slots are in. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the directors. I'll go ahead and do the flak and then the couple of secondaries. I ain't gonna focus on getting all the secondaries in tonight. I'll do that after stream because I know it's gonna be a bit of tinkering to get those in and in the right spot. So I'm gonna copy this and make this slot 50. Also, I noticed that I forgot to apply the paint texture to the accessories. So this appeared like this in game. It was transparent. So I'm gonna fix that before we export this model. So that director was up here. This is gonna be interesting getting this to be lined up. There you go. About right there will be fine. Alright, now the black, which I'm gonna make 20. I believe it was over here. Was where that the facts were at. I'm just eyeballing it right now. One. Right now, the second set, I believe, we're back here. Were they up here? One moment. I need the plot. Okay, no, that was right there. Okay. Well, I thought. I want to be certain. Bring it over to this section. Okay, so I guess our main and secondary got flat guns in. That was what, 23? Okay. At 25, we'll start with my AA. And I'm only gonna do a couple of AA guns just so I have a little bit of reference here. I'll put two right here. I'll make this 25 to start off with. And I'll just do a couple up here. So yeah, obviously the more slots, weapon slots you want to have, the lot longer this is going to take. You know, I can understand why the developers limited a lot of the AA guns on their models. Okay, now let's do a couple of the secondaries. Well, this is going to be the fun part. So I'll do 10 through 19 for these. That is 18, so it'll be 17. Alright, so how... I'm not going to enjoy having to get all these in. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Big time. I have no idea how it's actually going to be. Alright, I think that gets at least a bit of all of our guns in. That gets all of our main, all of our flags, some AA, a couple of secondaries, and our two directors. Yeah, I'm not going to enjoy doing these secondaries whatsoever. Just want to make certain that we have all. So what I need to do here is add this ship.paint to my accessories. No longer need you, and I no longer need you. Okay, I'm gonna re-add all my blanks. And load up Lightwave. So there's one of these slots. So good. Okay, now I'm gonna re-import that model. And I want to rename my guns and stuff to what they are in here. So for guns and directors, all that goes into devices. So I've done it as that. And this was with rangefinder. And then the director, I think. Let me just copy all this. this. Now we go into scripts. I get this up. So for devices, let's go to scripts, data tables, other load devices right here. So what I want to do, I'm coming out all this. But these are the center terms. I want to take these out. 3. It's also useful to keep this up with the slots. That way you can know exactly what slot you place at what position. I want to do for tenure level with secondaries. '20 to '23 was my flag, and '25 to '28 was my AA. And then my directives, and I'll have to get those. My bulky, I'll copy this. And there are my directives. Just want to go back to bulky to make certain I'm not missing anything. Okay. It's 10. Okay. And this either Right now, go to devices. So for our main gun, so as you can see here, they have different ones for rangefinders. So copy this. I'm just going to copy these two actually. And what did I name my? And like I said with the last stream with the ships, the globals, find whatever number is not currently in use. So 137. 36. Now I'll worry about all that later. Not really too much. Alright, so bullets, I am going to show this right quick though. The bullets is in the same area as all the other ones. Here, the bullet 25. Copy this. For the sake of showing you how to do this as well. Make this 260. This 50. You go back to devices and just change where it says bullet to that wherever number you just put. Okay, so that gets the main turret done. Now we gotta do the director. As you can see here, that the director, a lot of these ships have their own directors, but the theirs, I don't know why, but they just didn't make them actually animated in game. It's just a shame, actually. I think vanilla wise, I think that the Fletcher class is one of the only classes in the game to actually have a working director. So make sure this is correct. Okay, so our weapons are now in game, so all we need to do is put what number we put down into our VC. So for my directors, it's 130. I ain't gonna worry about changing that. Okay, everything is saved. And so, okay, so that's casement guns. I need, I know that it exists. Here we go. Is it 48? I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit confused over the why they have two triple 25s in the game. This is 47. So what do we make our? Okay, so that's gonna be my single bell. 25 and 26 would be my triple. And I actually need to find those on the food as well, so I can get those proper firing angles. Now, what was the single bell one? 45. Oh, the hell they are. So let's see, negative, negative. So 90 clockwise. And negative 90 counterclockwise. So 27, not 27, 25, it'll be clockwise. Right now I just need the two that are facing the front. I believe that's these two. That's my 26 and 20, 27, 28. Alright, so A gun should now be set up. Trying to figure out which flak it is. Dual flak open, dual flak shielded. I think it's this one. 49. That's how it's easier for me to see exactly what is what. These are my flats. I'll make this 49. Okay, now I need to find this on the fuso. I'm fairly certain to use the same one. Yep, right here. So 180. Odd how it doesn't do negative one. So which one is my first one? So I'll start off with 20. So that's 180. So this will actually be 90. We'll copy this. Hold on a moment. I see what I did here. But this should act. No, that's right. 23 and a 22. Negative 21. Negative, negative, positive, positive, positive. Okay, so yeah, that's correct. Alright, so that gets those done. Come back to this in just a moment. Now, the main gun. The 2 and 3 will be 137. And these will be 136. Now all we got is the secondary guns to do. Those are 27. So 10 is on the starboard side, so that'll be positive, that'll be negative. Almost there. Okay, so yeah, these are in order. 5 and negative 5. Alrighty, all of our guns should now be done. One other thing. So, this section here, and this section here. So this water line ratio, and this hack ship height add, basically tells the game how high up you want the ship to sit in the water. And, and this is basically adding extra to it. So actually, I'm going to make this 0. Segments, I actually don't really know what that's supposed to do, but from what I've found out is that if you have this set to 1, if a ship starts floating, it will go like Titanic or reverse Titanic while moving. So typically, I found that whatever unit you copy from, just leave this as B. I mean, you can adjust that as a high number if need be, but yeah. And this pretty much tells it how whether forward or backwards to tilt the ship. I'm just going to zero all that out. So if it's sitting there in the water, this is basically goes along with the water line. Is how it sits in the water. So if you wanted to tilt it to the forward or backwards a bit, you just do positive and negative. Okay, I believe that may be everything. So now let's load up the game. It's taking quite a long time to load up this time. Okay, so there's my Philippines. Okay. everything's good. We shouldn't have an issue. I believe I checked all my marks. But there we go. As you can see, our crane here is now see-through, and I have realized I have mixed up my left and my right. Oh well. Oops. Easy fix. But yeah, this is the model I was talking about. Still didn't fix my staircase. So yeah, I still got a little bit of waterline adjustment here to do. Yeah, that's going to be a pain to get. I may end up actually having to do those secondary imports. But at least I was right about its spawn point. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do those secondary gun imports. But that, okay. Evidently, I messed something up on my directives. Oops. Yeah, I messed up my directives a bit. But as you can see, it now follows the guns. That's pretty much how the directives work there. I got to figure out what. I think I may know what's wrong here. As you can see, we have our AA guns. I just need to fix the orientations. There's our main guns. So it looks like I do have a little bit of work left to do. I may have to bring my bells out a little bit more. And I do have to do some slot tweaking. If they work. And there's our damage model. I mean, with a little bit of adjustment, that doesn't look that bad. Yeah, bit of adjustment. Excuse me, director. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, this is my floor. I know I messed up on this. It'll be easy fix. I may have to bring my bells out a little bit more. So there's definitely some adjustments I gotta do, some changes. But pretty much that's it for weapon imports and setups. I don't really have time tonight to go over the main ship damage model. So I will save that for the next stream. Because next stream, only thing really left to do will be the crew. I may do these as directors too for these real ones. These will just be static. Yeah, so next stream I'll just do go over crew because all that won't take that long to do because I'll keep that reduced. So yeah, so next stream will be crew and damage model, and then just a little bit of model work, and that should be it. But give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I plan on doing the next stream possibly around Friday night. But yeah, that'll be all. Until next time. Goodbye, everybody.